Alright, we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
I'm here with some friends. We're going to be doing a little bit of hanging out and playing Path of Achra, which Yamazanadu so kindly offered.
Yeah, we've been having a good old time with this game. It's a very fun, bite-sized, quick-play roguelike. So
Yeah, I've only done a handful of runs. I've already unlocked everything.
That's because you've been winning.
That is true. I've also been dying a lot, don't get me wrong.
Such is life in Achra.
I am on my 5th cycle of enlightenment. Glory is gained when you walk the path of Achra. When you achieve victory, a new cycle is unlocked. Each cycle accelerates glory gain, slows when glory passes 40, and adds bonuses to maximum life gain on game start, raising vigor and strength. Enemies receive amplification, providing random bonuses to hit, accuracy, life speed. It makes them better, and it's a stat multiplier. You are in the 5th cycle of enlightenment.
So, the way this game's difficulty works is, it gets more difficult, but you gain more stat points for every cycle you're in. Up to the 24th cycle, I believe. So,
Hello,
the higher the cycle, the faster you gain levels, and the more deadly the enemies are. That's the trade-off.
Welcome aboard, Causelord. How you doing? Ooh, I didn't even notice this. So, last time I tried doing what I'm about to do, I used a Saurian for the extra summon limit. What if I do an Arba? Because if I stand still, I get Vine Spawn.
Yes, Arba's great. I'm a big fan. And you can go heavy on inflexibility for all res, but that resist fire minus is a real killer.
I'm going to be an Arba summoner, and I like Formus, but I don't know if it's actually what I need.
Yama, does this build look familiar to you?
It looked similar, but, you know, with this mini summons, if you're going liturgist, you'll fill up the map with summons faster than, or with more summons than there are tiles on the map, right? So eventually you'll reach a point where you're trying and failing to summon because there's just not enough room to hold all the summons on.
Woe is wizard, the whole map is covered in allies.
Hold on. If I worship Neener, creates divine grass terrain in a path to the exit, increases your healing by 50%. On summon, creates more divine grass. If an enemy is on the grass, imply 10 entangle. And I'm going to cover the world in grass.
Yep, that would totally cover the map in divine grass.
The Summoner of Neener, let's go.
Yeah,
So
let's try it.
what you do in this game is the 3 big things you pick, of course, is your race, which gives you some different starting stats and random bonuses. Your class, which gives you your starting gear and, you know, 1 or 2 effects, like the Summoner. Per point of willpower, you get extra health and hit for your allies that you summon, and allies are immune to damage dealt by you. And then you pick your god, which gives you 3 prayer abilities, and whatever other special effect, like the Divine Grass we just noticed. So let's go. The shores of thy birth have vanished, O Achra. The ocean calms. In the devastation the world is upheld by pillars of red clouds. The path extends, silver and winding, through the deadly lands, through recurring annihilation. Praise Neener, glory awaits, Neener commands you, through the final days. Neener is the god that I picked. So Neener has commanded me through the final days. Pikachu, welcome aboard. Oh, my glorified meat amalgams. Yes. Sausages. Alright. So I plan on being a liturgist. I find that the Fire Boys are pretty good. God, it would actually behoove me to go fire to help me out with my fire resistance.
Do you already have immunity to dealing damage to your friends?
Yes, that is a class
Okay.
feature.
Okay, good. The flame cult's probably not bad then, because if you didn't have that, you would just kill all your own guys.
Of course, what's funny about Achra is there are builds that are entirely dependent on killing hordes of your own guys.
Yes.
My favorite.
Now, one thing though, it's on dealing fire damage, heal yourself. If my flame liturgist, or if my flame cult sets someone on fire, does that count as on dealing fire damage?
So, it only counts the damage that you personally deal, either from the Flame Cult's ability, or any other fire abilities you may have, but not from the Flame Cultists directly attacking the enemy.
Oh, I wish this had increased range. On prayer, stand still, deal fire damage to all units in a 2-tile range. That
Yeah,
could
it's
have
a
been
little
good.
bit short. It's a little bit short.
Whatever, I'm just going to double invest into my fire boys. And they immediately set everything on fire, and everything is already dead.
Yep, because the second you summon them, you deal fire damage to enemies.
Hello, Garage. How are you doing? Here, have a shout-out. We are walking the path of glorious Achra. That dragon just got annihilated. I will have to invest in some strength in a little bit, but for now... my flame cult will carry. You're tired. How about me? I am mildly fatigued. Which is why I'm playing a rather more bite-sized roguelike experience. As you can see, we just enter a room. And that's about that. Let's see, what did I get? The Taurus Helm. No, thank you. Apply freeze to adjacent... Summon a living ice. Oh my.
Yep, these
This
gloves
is
summon...
pretty decent.
They summon popsicles whenever you stand still.
No worries. Hydromancy, don't mind if I do. I've got a little bit of strawberry Dr. Pepper left. So this is the path of Achra to the end. And I have a choice between two different tiles to go to. And it'll show me exactly what my rewards are for going to them and what I'm going to be fighting. Nothing here is all that... Wait, on game turn, if enemies live, heal. That's pretty good.
10% of your health.
Emerald Helm is a really nice item.
These items don't do all that much for me. I'm actually tempted to go for that, though I will have to build up some strength before I can use it. You're drinking normal Dr. Pepper? Normal Dr. Pepper is quite nice. Alright, I can... You know what? I'm just gonna get the Fire Familiar while I'm at it. Because having a Fire Dragon is pretty good. I will need one more point of willpower. There we go.
So, familiars do not count towards your summon limit.
Oh, and grants bonuses to familiars. Yeah, okay, yeah. I should know that. But, I don't read what's going on in this game nearly as much as I should.
Yeah, familiars are pretty incredible because the scaling they actually get, if you click on the top right on one of your familiars, you'll see the effect.
Let's see. Here's my red dragon familiar that I have picked up.
So
per
one
point.
of those things will say familiar. I'm
Cover
realizing I'm watching one. No, I'm watching on Discord.
fire. Familiar, there it is. Summoned unit is not limited by willpower. Per point of willpower, 10% to everything.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
So it scales in life, hit, accuracy, speed. Was it speed as well?
Yeah.
Dodge.
It scales
Dodge,
everything, and
armor,
it has
dodge.
good base resistances to begin with.
I'm gonna need a couple points of strength for that emerald hat. Or maybe I just don't worry about it. Oh, look, this is a massive thing to go into. I'll have to fight the fire drake with my fire dragon. This is probably a bad place for a plant man to go. But I would get a lot of items. Hey?
I mean, it's a tower, right? The towers always have a bunch of items and a higher challenge.
You gaze upon the green tower. The rocks are smeared with dung. A terrible stench. You hear the rattle of crude armor. Travelers claim the nameless blood once ruled here. You see a decaying blue exoskeleton. You smell smoke. The ground trembles.
So, for a little bit of background on that flavor text, before you enter a stage, those lines are giving hints about what enemies you are going to fight in the area, because in early versions of Achra, the game did not actually show you the enemies you were going to fight, it just hinted at them.
Interesting.
Wow.
Which is terrifying.
You can never find the more unusual ones. Yeah, like this strawberry Dr. Pepper is the first alternative Dr. Pepper I've run across. Whatever, I'm feeling suicidal, let's go.
I remember fighting the red dragon alongside my red dragon while being a red dragon.
Newt form?
I don't know.
On dealing over 100 fire damage, apply Newt form to yourself.
I think
No,
it was either
a god. It was a god. One of the gods turns you into a dragon.
So if I want maximum minions, I think death would be the next path to go down.
Yeah, if you want to become a liturgist, you need at least 20 points divided between any cult skill.
The fire boys are easiest because they require 5 apiece, so you just get the 4 level ups. But I like having multiple different cults just for the different damage variety.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
I love the fact that I can just stand still and not bother.
And each cult does something a little different for you. You know, the life cult heals you, the star cult gives you meditation, the light cult charges, the death cult is kind of funny. Whenever they die, you deal death damage to enemies.
Let's get a little bit more willpower.
And one of the cults heals you.
Yep, that is correct.
I'm thinking of the life cult just because not only do you get them, I would get access to the where is it? Invigoration to give just massive bonuses to all the things that I've summoned.
With your Divine Grass applying Entangle, you can spec into Entangle enhancements if you want to as well.
That is a very good point. You know,
There are a lot of Entangle modifiers.
Let's grab my Healy boys, since they will help us out. Maybe I won't worry about encumbrance too much, since I don't really intend on doing much in the way of moving.
Well, you can stand still faster if you have more speed.
That is true. The speed in this game is really funny. It divides your turn into pieces, and if you have high enough speed, you can stand still multiple times a turn. So you can be perfectly still at incredibly high speeds. And the first time I won this game on my first try, I just like blundered into that build.
You're basically power napping.
And funnily enough, there is in fact a goddess of power napping.
Truly a superpower.
I'm gonna wait till I get liturgist up, and then I will worry about rounding out the build. It's really exciting when I just stand here and everything dies for me.
Your Jin was was taking like 20 peltasts a turn and survived.
Oh, don't worry, that'll stop once I run into one of the white demons. The fire drake roars. Heat. Unbearable heat. I don't think my fire cult cares. Oh, I found a bone skirt. Isn't that cute? Well, it seems that the mass fireballs affected the fire drake more than you would expect.
90% resistance is not 100% resistance.
I could go a little deeper into the fire cult just to stack up on that damage.
Probably more useful to you than the healing cult.
There we go. And we found some items. Does anything here appeal to us?
Well, you should select your prestige, right?
I can't select... Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't realize that I already had 20 points in there. Fantastic. So, there are prestige classes that are based on the points you invest. So you have access to all of the skills in the game, no matter what class you're playing. And when you level up certain ones, you get access to them, like this one requires 25 points between fire and blood, and so forth. I have put 20 points into my cultists, so I can become a liturgist. Grants, on entrance, grant 1 charge to every one of my prayers. And on prayer, allied priests gain extra speed and hit, which is damage. And on summoning a priest, if enemies are alive, summon a worshipper familiars. Worshippers are enthused servants that deal astral damage to themselves. Astral familiars are not limited by willpower. Eddie! Welcome aboard. How are you doing? Here, have the big shout out. So yes, we are going to become a liturgist.
And your, you know, self-abnegating, flagellating minions will blot out the sun.
Oh, I also need to check what my prayers are from my god. So I get Leget More, recite Leget More, heal 150 hit points and remove all sickness from myself. Heal 150 to all allies in the 2 range, and I get a charge every time someone dies while standing on divine grass. I have Utuk Alu, which will consume all 30 charges on use and deal 50 times the number of charges in poison damage to all enemies in a 2-tile radius, and create divine grass. And you get a charge every time something dies on divine grass. I'm sensing a trend here. So it takes a little bit to charge up, but it's a big old nuke. And eventually, I'll get Lomusma, which summons a Musmahu familiar. Set your Utuk Alu charges to 30, so an instant recharge. And plus 1 charge when your glory rises. Musmahus are gigantic plant serpents of Ninur and spread divine grass.
And because you are a liturgist, you also gain a charge of that last prayer whenever you enter a new stage, not just when you gain glory. So you can be a lot more liberal with the usage of that prayer than most other classes could be.
Nothing too special going on here. By the way, I also picked up the Rat Banner, which summons a Ratman Flourisher. Ratman Flourishers are zealous fighters. Whenever the Flourisher dies, you will summon a Ratman Peltist.
The rats view you as their rightful king.
I need to get my willpower up now so I can accommodate more summons. As you can see, I'm beginning to fill the entire map with my boys. And as my willpower rises and I get more skill points, I will summon even more lads. And every time I stand still, I summon things. I've got these vines spawn in living ice because of the items I have.
The vines spawn in the living ices are basically turrets. They just stand still and shoot enemies.
I'm in no danger at all. I'm just hiding in a corner and everything died.
It's good being a cult leader.
It
Good
is.
being a cult leader.
Do any of these items actually help me? Not really. I'm liking my living ice gloves, so I'm gonna go ahead and blender all of these items to get a little bit of extra hit points and enhance my existing items, since my existing items are pretty good with the exception of my chest piece. And I'm not wearing any pants, which is to be expected.
One of the interesting features of Achra that I really like is that normally in roguelikes, when you find, you know, items that you're never going to use, you just leave them on the floor or you sell them. But in Achra, even if you find an item that you have no way of using, you can just sacrifice it to gain permanent max HP. I think that's a really good system.
The entire world is doused in divine grass with my passing.
Nina is pleased.
It is funny that I have made a plant man, plant worshipper that uses a fire cult.
Hey, gotta burn away old growth to clear the way for new.
We are the living incarnation of the cycle of rebirth. Oh, these ones are putting up a bit of a fight. It doesn't matter, every time something dies, I immediately summon a new thing. Alright, what can I do? Piercing Vines on game turn. Imply entangle to enemies within a 3-tile range. No, that's not that. Master Entangle. On being dealt damage, apply Entangle to yourself on being attacked. No, that's not very good. Arboromancy. On allied plant attacking an enemy, apply Entangle. On prayer, summon a number of creeper familiars. We could do more summoning.
There's also the one in between those two that I think turns all of your familiars into plants.
Overgrowth? Allied familiars are now treated as plants. Yeah, that will combo with the other things much better. Summon
Yep, so
another
you're
of
correct.
Geese's.
Your fire dragon and your djinn will be plants.
Yes. My flaming fire plant dragon. And they also gain some extra max life, which is nice. On allied plant being attacked, apply Entangle. Okay, so that's where the big entangling is coming from. When you or an ally apply Entangle, deal poison damage. Okay, so I need Vine Kinesis and Overgrowth to really round this out.
Entangle because of your Divine Grass. On game turn, you apply Entangle to all of the enemies on your grass. So there's another little bit of entanglement that you're getting.
Robe of Ferment. On dealing death or poison damage, apply Poise and strip myself of sickness and doom. Is the poison damage from the entangles something that will...
If you get Vinokinesis, then yes, that counts as you dealing poison damage, so that will apply poise to yourself.
Oh, okay, so I definitely want this Robe of Ferment. It's going to stack nicely with the nonsense that I have going. And of course, I will work on more willpower in order to just cover the world in my glorious minions. Every time my cultists spawn in, the fire ones anyways, they cast a path of fire. Whoops, I just leveled up my strength by mistake there. Alright, all my boys are now plants.
So, an annoying detail there is that your familiars are plants. So your worshippers, but not your cultists, are plants. Your dragon and your djinn are plants. But again, the cultists, the priests are not.
They are not actually plants, which is not as synergistic as I would like. You gaze upon the violet tower. The rat men have raised their flag here. You see a skull etched in the carving of a dog. There's a rumor of children vanishing. It is said that pale warriors lurk here. You observe a congregation of delirious worshippers. They claim to follow the shadow god. It's the Umbrarch. Let's go kick his ass. Any fun items? Oh, it's the Jade Bracers.
I love the Jade Bracers. They're so much fun.
I might wear the Jade Bracers over the Ice Bracers that I have. And get Jade Soldiers instead of the Living Ice. There are a lot of lads around.
So, something funny about this enemy lineup, although it won't affect you too much, is they actually got to interrupt your summon chain a little bit. The dog riders, when one of their friends dies, they attack just around them. So they actually got a few attacks in between due to your summons, due to your fire buff.
I see. Well, I'm just gonna summon a big snake and let them deal with it. I instantly recharge. Can I just summon another snake? Yes, I can. And then everything dies, and I get instantly recharged. Outstanding.
And every time you pray, you buff all your priests.
Extra buff priests. The run is taking much longer just because of all of the summoning I have to do. Oh, there be ogres.
There indeed be ogres.
Simply summoning my boys did a significant amount of damage to these Obar. They're not true ogres, they're Obar. Sorry, it was Arboromancy I needed, and Divine Kinesis. Summon another number of Geese-Eyes allied plants. If enemies live. Yeah, I get Divine Kinesis now. There we go. Get that combo running. More willpower? Don't mind if I do. I just let my boys do the murder for me.
They're very good at it. They're very enthusiastic.
The Umbrarch raises a shimmering blade. Little pilgrim, you have climbed so high. Now there's the Umbrarch. I've almost filled every single tile on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's just 6 tiles. Let's, 7 tiles. Let's summon a Vine Snake. Now, the Umbrarch is doing decent work on my minions, but he didn't last that long.
Decent, but not decent enough.
Alright, we will wear the robe of ferment, and we will put on the Jade Bracers. We are not pleasant to behold, we'll just put it that way.
It's at least a cohesive block.
Yeah, we're a pile of salad, basically.
Indeed.
Ooh, what is this? The Emerald Skirt. The Emerald Skirt is nice, but not for us.
It's... Oh, I see something that you really want.
What?
That Forest Mask.
The Forest Mask. Plus 2 stacks of any Entangle on ally oh, I see. Well, it's a shame about this Emerald Helm, but I think that is far more useful. May as well summon more of the big plant snakes.
Yeah, you get a free one every single level, so you may as well use it.
And leveling up. Arboromancy. No. On prayer, summon a creeper familiar. That could end up being helpful.
More importantly, whenever you pray, if you have Arboromancy, all of your plants gain 5 extra speed.
Extremely fast plants.
Photosynthesizing at incredible high speeds.
Creepers are large, motionless plants that entangle enemies. I should probably level up Vine Kinesis a little bit to increase the poison damage I'm dealing. Because that first one is going to double the poison damage.
Yep.
And I'll just keep... You can only have... one of your limitations for skills is you can only have 3 elements. So I've taken fire and I've taken life. I haven't taken another one yet, and I'm just going to keep that in the back pocket. In case I feel like I need something. I'm inclined to go death, just to mix in some skelly boys here. I'm getting poise from somewhere. I'm not sure where, and I don't much care.
Robe of Ferment is applying poise to you every time you deal poison damage.
Ah, that's where it's coming from. I'm not getting too much poison out of it. Invigoration might also be nice, just because it boosts all of my summons. Arboromancy. The life chant, not so great for what we're doing. Vodon, welcome aboard. How are you doing? How's things going? Things are going alright. We are on the glorious path of Achra. Is there anything else I might want to consider picking up? I kind of want to take Invigoration.
Doom is at hand!
Anything to keep them up a little bit? Oh yeah, Pikachu, there is a skill called Master Doom. And I love that. That would mean I have access to only one more skill, which would probably end up being Necromancy or something. Master Entangle. Apply Entangle to yourself and adjacent enemies. On being attacked, deal pierce damage to the attacker. You no longer take damage from Entangle. I don't think I actually need Master Entangle.
You don't ever get attacked that much, and you don't take a lot of damage.
On
With
game
pierce
turn,
and bars.
apply Entangle to 2 enemies within a 3-tile range. Again, don't really need that. You alright, just fixed a clogged drain and decided critical mass was attained and demanded attention. So you're a bit exhausted. I understand. I'll consider Arboromancy, but I will take Invigoration, just so I have better summons. the divine grass spreads.
Greenhurst is pleased.
Outstanding. There's the forest mask. I will wear it. There we go. The entangles are going to start getting crazy at this point.
You do look like a crazy hobo cult leader, which I think is very nice.
The Robe of Gore. On dealing damage to an ally, deal 50 blood to one enemy in a 3-tile range. I have not built a Gore character yet. There's a lot of things happening. Well, what's happening is I'm standing there while my hordes of cultists do all the work for me. None of that's particularly fancy. Dealing fire or lightning damage. None of this. I mean, getting that 50% fire resistance would be nice.
Maybe worth.
Oh wait, no, I'm using the Robe of Ferment.
Maybe worth grabbing the robe as a swap if you know you're about to enter an area with a lot of fire damage enemies.
Yeah. 50% fire resistance. See, I'm doing nothing right now. The game is simply calculating all of the summons that I have with me. I have a big old fire cult, I've got a smaller grove cult, I've got my Djinn and Fire Drake familiars, I've got my Ratman Flourisher, and of course I have all my little worshippers because I am a liturgist. I have 7 speed. I should get it up to 10, because it's divisible by 5, the weights, right?
Yeah, that's right. The turns are divisible by 5.
So I'll be able to stand still twice as fast if I can get it up to 10. I find it interesting that the... Eh?
The game just does fractional turns. 9 speed is not 2 times worse than 10 speed.
Oh, does it? I thought it had to be divisible by...
No. In fact, one of the top bars represents turn progress. I believe it's
The green one.
Like larger bar. The larger bar, the bottommost bar is the turn progress, and the bar above it is the experience.
Yeah.
Yep, that is correct.
Ooh, I could go to the Red Tower. You discern the glint of lances. You hear metallic subterranean shuffling. The air distorts in shivering curls. You see the dissolved remnants of armor. It is said this place is haunted by a Lord of Mouths. And there is a Tethic knight here. A Lord of the Tethic Order, armed with ritualistic fanged blades. He's got death protection and summon mouths. Acid beast. Umbrellas. Whatever. Let's go to the tower. Get the big glory. A few things are already dying, just to begin with.
Thank you, Flame Clones.
I'm gonna summon a second plant snake. I was just hammering the pass turn button so I can allow my minions to do all the murder for me.
That's what they're there for.
Of course, these things are rather fire resistant, so my fire cult not doing so hot.
But every time one of your allies attacks, you're dealing poison damage to the enemy thanks to Vinokinesis and your Forest Mask.
An allied plant attacking enemy. Should I just forego another element and take our Borromancy and just go all in on fire life?
It seems to be working for you.
It is far from rare to stick to only 2 elements. Or even 1.
I've never gone all in on one element. I usually get all 3.
I believe Yama has some incredibly successful runs where he literally basically takes just 1 skill. Just 1 skill, and he levels it up with all his points.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Now, so far the run seems to be going exceedingly smoothly, but there are a couple of enemies that are designed specifically to counter what I'm doing. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with it.
There are a few enemies that are sort of like hard counters for summoner builds. And if you see those enemies, you just go to another dungeon. You just ignore them, you walk right on by, you pretend that dungeon doesn't exist.
Until the final encounter that you have no choice but to do ends up having them, and then you just die.
Right, then you're very sad when that happens.
So as you can see, these gold critters, or those were acid demons, seem to be particularly well suited to dealing with my nonsense.
Yeah, they just have a pile. They just have a massive pile of hit points, and they corrode everything around them.
15,000 hit points per. They're also poison and fire resistant, which are the 2 main forms of damage that I deal.
I love how there's holy grass on every tile.
Yes. Neener is pleased. I'm probably gonna upgrade. I should probably upgrade the fire cult again, just so I get 3 more fire cultists.
So, reaching a point where you're running out of room to fit all your cultists on is the thing.
That is true. What was that, Regin?
Since you are talking about what could be trouble in the future, I would try to, go through the enemies I know about and think about what they could do to you. So one thing that can threaten you is just a high range enemy that spawns in attack range to you and hits everyone on screen. And there are such enemies. And the other thing that can fight you is the white demon, as you've said, who can just cleave through a whole bunch of summons. Otherwise, I think I would say you're fine, but there are a number of things like lightning priests that can zap you from around corners from afar. All in all, though, I think you're okay.
White demons and purple demons. Because purple demons do basically the same thing as the white demons. Or am I thinking of the red? It's red or purple demons also can just destroy large numbers of summons.
I'm thinking of red.
The Tethic Knight gestures at you. Oh, friendly teeth, beloved consumption. I know that feel.
All the enemies in this game are weirdos, but I guess it's appropriate because the player character is also a weirdo.
We all have some... I mean, it is a weird world undergoing a weird apocalypse.
Exactly.
And then we're a weird religious fanatic.
Like this. This is is a ridiculous world where you can get jade golems to appear out of nothing, and you can
I forgot to pick
I
up
don't
the
know,
items.
be on fire and chilly at the same time.
Hey, look,
There's
it's
a
the
whole bunch
Warhammer.
of things.
I love that thing. Hey, the Emerald Cuirass. On Shrugoff, summon two serpents. You gaze upon the brass temple, a forbidden place. You smell a decaying star. The Okorcorpus. The many-eyed horror.
There are forbidden places in this game, and they usually, I say usually, they always contain enemies that are far stronger than is typical for that stage of the game. So if you can take on a forbidden place before you hit the end game, you should feel pretty confident in your ability to handle it.
I find the forbidden place is often more dangerous than the end game. They almost exclusively, if not completely exclusively, contain void enemies, and their layout is always open.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the Kairos shirt.
The Kairos skirt is a really interesting item. It is a fascinating item.
So all I've been doing is stand still, and the Kairos skirt, on stand still, if enemies are alive, perform all of your end-of-game turn actions. Which, on game turn, summons Jade Soldiers. What else? On game turn, summon Ratman Flourisher. So, I will be summoning extra stuff, if possible.
Yes, and you'll also be doing extra entanglement, because your god applies entanglement on game turn.
Oh, I accidentally destroyed that shirt that I was preserving. Oh well, there's more health for me. I'll just have to tough it out. You gaze upon the pillars of salt. You hear a ferocious insectoid buzzing. You smell smoke. You see a pink sigil. There is a disturbing swampy odor. Or the desert ruin. You hear giant footsteps and dull ringing of metal. You see strange diagrams of ice. All the dunes see. There are whole skeletons cleaned of flesh. You see a pile of slain flesh priests with their skin removed. Oh, ruined history. I'm gonna go to the desert ruin. It's because it looks easier and I don't care.
Yep.
Also, my summon build doesn't work too well in the salt spires because it's a very enclosed environment. And my boys perform better when they can all shoot at things simultaneously.
You have actually hit the summon cap. My goodness.
I have. I hit it even faster now that I double standstill. Or quad standstill. By the way, I have another level up I can do. Get more flame priests. I could hop up my familiar a little bit.
What's funny about the familiar is, when you take that as a level up, you gain a new flame familiar for that level. So it's worth thinking about tactically conserving a few points so that if you enter a hard floor, you can just summon another dragon.
Hello, Kaji. How are you doing? Could do another invigoration. Boosting my poison blood resistance up to 50%. A couple of points of invigoration are actually pretty damn good. 25% resistance is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
As an Arba, I think you're already capped on all of that to begin with.
Oh, am I?
His allies.
It's for the allies, like the priests.
Oh, it is? Okay, true.
You mind if you say what build you made that felt overpowered? Oh, Kaji, you've been playing this as well? Do tell. I didn't even realize that everything wasn't dead yet.
that iron golem is having a bad time.
Iron Giant. 25,000 hit points. It's a pretty basic one, and you get it from the start. Is it the poise build? You start with the Scutata? Or no, not the Scutata, the Gladiator with the Blood God and the Blood passive. You went all in on blood, did you? I won my very first run of this game because I went with the guy that starts with the poise on standstill, and I just stacked a bunch of the poise stuff. I just had thousands of poise. You heal your whole HP in one hit. Fantastic. I've already done my Necromancer run, or I would have done that. Because this game tracks what you've won the game with, I feel compelled to win with every single class, race, and god.
Yeah, I had the same compulsion. I had to go through and try every single class just because the game was like, we're tracking it. We know what you've won with, we know what you've lost with.
Try and make things work. Okay, so here's the White Demon. Under no circumstance... I mean, the White Demon isn't the worst one.
White Demons are dangerous for summoner builds, but they're not...
It's,
like, game-ending.
There's like this crystalline horror entity that just shotguns the entire map. That's the thing that ends runs.
Yes, that thing is terrifying. It's called the Jawara, and if you're a summoner build and you see a Jawara, you just walk the other way.
One other mechanic that I haven't mentioned, because we haven't made use of it. So these prayers charge up due to certain effects. If I have a fully charged prayer, if I die for some reason, I'll actually be resurrected with a little bit of hit points. So it becomes a little balance of insurance. Do you use the prayer to get the upper hand, or do you save the prayer as insurance against dying?
And you gain prayers pretty fast. Like, every time an enemy dies, you gain an extra stack of Leget More and Utukalu. And given how fast enemies die, you could probably be praying the Leget More every single turn.
So I was thinking of what you said, Yama, about the enemy that's troubling you, and I think there are some situations where you do fight them, which is to say when you know the map will be good for you. So you might fight them in blue stars, for example.
Yeah, if you know that the corridors are going to be...
Go, my lad! Ho, ho, my lad!
to fight the Chihuahuas,
Nightcloak!
but
Thank you for the raid. How you doing?
howdy do, Nightcloak.
So, I would love these pants if I didn't already have the Cairo skirt. On dealing poison damage, 25% of the damage is dealt again as death. For
So,
the big damage.
If you want to rely on your own damage, then the Kairos skirt is actually halving your damage because of the inflexibility. So you could equip that and rely on your own damage rather than the Kairos skirt.
Ah, but then you lose all res.
Yeah, then you lose the Kairos skirt. It's pretty bad, right?
Decisions.
But yeah.
How's the path? What build we rolling? I am playing the Vineman Summoner, worshipping Neener the Plant God. And we are a liturgist. So we're just covering the map and things. Oh, look! It's the Arbiter.
Arbiters
The
are
golden
normally
bodyguard.
pretty scary, but because they teleport to you when you move, but if you don't move, they can't teleport.
The golden bodyguard of he who stands above. You gaze upon the jeweled crypt, a forbidden place. A golden path seems to form between the stars. Let's go. 8 million cultists is a fantastic time. Have one that way. I have actually died with a similar build at the King of Many Colors, because the King of Many Colors was being augmented by those jeweled things that Yama already named that hit everything within their line of sight, and I just had my entire summon army blendered in turn or two.
Yeah, Jawaras are nasty.
You know what I also appreciate about these Forbidden Zones? I don't have to climb 5 floors to get to the end.
Yeah,
I just went in there.
Quick.
This thing. Kolek. Kolek are terrifying. Area of attack.
We just run away from Kolex. We just pretend that that is not there.
Yeah, we just, let's see, 2 of your 3 victories were with solo builds. Blood Marshal and then Blood Life. My first character ended up as a Sahasi. And he won.
It's kind of interesting. It doesn't take too terribly long to find one build that can win the game, and once you have it, you can probably win every game with that build. But the joy of Achra is in finding many different builds. It's almost a form of art, just seeing what you can do, experimenting with different classes. Otherwise, I think the game would feel pretty I don't know, repetitive.
Empty. It would feel empty, you know, but that's
Yeah.
what the game is. It's a broken build sandbox is the way the developers describe the game, and it's very true to its word. It does what it says it's going to do, and it does it very well.
I love waiting a solid 30 seconds just for the map to populate with my many minions. And the moment I learned that necromancy was a thing, naturally that was like the second or third character I won with.
I love seeing your minions do some swaps, do a little dance with each other once you start standing still.
Yes. This has actually been a pretty conservative run so far with the summons. On some of my failed runs, it lasted even longer as I populated the map.
Well, you're doing things other than summoning. You're dealing damage on Entangle, you're entangling the enemy, and you're buffing your minions quite a bit, so it's a more well-rounded run than just maximizing the number of summons.
Alright, you gaze upon the obelisk. You see billowing lines of orange smoke. You see a mass grave of headless pilgrims dressed in yellow robes. You see trails of quivering fungus. You see strange diagrams of ice. An unthinking shape feasts here. It's the Vogite. A twisting mercurial shape called down from the void to feast on the lands of Achra. The will form of an ascended power.
Now, the Vogite is kind of like a mini Kolak, because it does have area attack, but instead of having 20 range, it only has 5 range.
Now, I just noticed it has minus 100% poison resistance, and I do a lot of poison damage.
That is correct. He is very vulnerable to being poisoned.
What do we hear? The Robe of Vigor, plus 100% maximum life to summoned allies. On standstill, all allies get plus 50 max life and heal for 50. That's a contender for my robe slot.
Yeah, it is. It's a real contender.
I mean, the Robe of Ferment is quite good, and the poise does give me a little bit of survivability, but I've noticed I haven't been stacking a lot of poise. I get to like maybe 30, and that's just not a lot.
The highest poise I've seen you get was 150, and that was on a map fighting an Iron Giant, and it just took you forever because it was resistant to all your damage types.
You know, the Star Staff is kind of tempting. On
Yeah,
standstill, I would get double meditate and deal 20 astral damage to one enemy at any range.
And it'd just improve your poison damage. It's not a bad staff.
I would maybe get rid of the rat banner for it. But I don't really want to forsake my rats.
Your ratty minions are loyal to you unto death.
Yeah, the rest of this doesn't do too much. Alright, let's go. You don't remember the names of the characters' bosses because you got addicted to the game, played for 40 hours in 4 days, and then uninstalled. Good lord, Kashi. That's a binge session if I've ever heard of one. Damn, those entangles are doing work. Oh, I was just shit-talking my poise. It's up to 100 now. Okay, that's quite a bit better. I'm now having some serious thoughts about whether or not I want to swap items. You unlocked everything? Kaji, I unlocked everything already, and I've only won a handful of runs, and I certainly haven't dumped 40 hours in this.
Yeah, this game is very generous with its unlocks. You unlock things fast.
I'm kind of surprised I unlocked everything as quickly as I did. Because a lot of games that have these sort of unlocks usually rely on, you know, if you want to unlock this, you have to play this specific race class combination or whatever.
I think the developer wants you to have access to all of the tools as soon as possible, so that you can play around with them. Is what it feels like.
Which is good enough. I appreciate having access to everything. Unlike goddamn Tome, where I still have races and classes that I haven't unlocked because there's some asinine requirement.
Yeah, some of the requirements for unlocking some of the races in Tome are ridiculously obscure. Like, oh, you need to kill the 3 demons that are currently on Aal, and in order to kill one of them, you need to deliberately fail a quest, and in order to kill another, you need to mess up a summoning ritual that happens in a random location and may not even spawn in a run. Like, you need to get both lucky and read a guide to unlock some of these races.
It's far too particular in Tome, unfortunately.
Can't be worse than La Mulana.
You're just traumatized by La Mulana.
You'll recover someday.
By the way, you were talking about a mono skill build. Kaji says his most overpowered one was a martial artist where he only put points into the fisting skill. Every turn was 40 hits. The Fistomancer.
Yeah, I think one of my most powerful runs was a Fistomancer, but I admittedly was not solely invested in that one skill.
Voron was about to mention Tome when we talked about generous unlocks. That's some serious lay on hands, yep. No, my Jinn. My Jinn, wait, I have the rat and one cultist fighting this mouth.
Yeah, mouths are scary. They are real scary when fighting loads of minions. I think they're worth respecting.
It's getting torn down. Also, I'm starting to cover it in rats.
You have quite the eclectic cult following you around. A genie, a dragon, plantsmen, cultists, ratmen, and jade soldiers.
Geese.
You are uniting the world in the worship of Niner.
Yep. And I didn't even bust out the plant serpent. I haven't had an opportunity to use Utuk Alu, but if I do use it, I'm probably in a real bad spot. Like I've been teleported out of my safe zone.
Which does happen.
That's 30 times 50 poison damage to everything around me. Which is a decent chunk of change. Now you're reminded of the wrong way to use healing magic anime. The guy runs around knocking skulls and immediately healing the damage, leaving them unconscious. Ah, yes. Offensive healing. There we go. I summon about 4 things every time I stand still.
I just realized that if you get rid of your robe of ferment, you won't be summoning any Jade soldiers at all, because that item, the Jade bracelets, only summon Jade soldiers if you have an effect on yourself.
That is a good point. That's the only effect that I have.
Right. You could replace your rat banner with the star staff, which
Get
would
the
double the
meditation.
amount of effects on yourself to gain meditation as well as poise.
Let's get some more Vine Kinesis just because it's more damage. Get that poison going. Look at that nonsense.
It's beautiful.
Just all of the fire.
I've recently learned that the mouths of fire can do terrible things on later cycles.
Yes. You can see they're pretty tough. Victory. The Vogite emerges through a slit in the air. The walls vibrate, sour smell of metal. That is disturbing.
I really quite like the enemy design in this game. I think that a lot of the enemies are pretty cool looking. Medboga, Oddboga.
By the way, who wants to read out the logs that are scrolling by at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, those logs get complicated. They get real complicated. But sometimes that's the only way to understand what happened, is to go through the log.
The log has a tiny detail that is incredibly useful. It puts a little star when you at the beginning of your action, and that's how you segment it into readable parts usually.
I kind of like being able to rapidly pump out those rats.
You could replace your scroll with the staff to get rid of the Djinn.
But the Djinn is amazing.
Yeah, the Djinn is really good.
I don't think the 100% max life is actually going to help out that much, because these boys are going to get annihilated anyways.
And you do have the skill that increases their max life by a percentage anyway, so it's not that relevant, because you already sort of have it.
So, we're in the final stretch of the game. We've basically made it through the main part, and now we've got to get to the Void. Also, this is a new area. I haven't seen that before. You gaze upon a... So we're effectively in the Void now, because it is the Void that is washing away Achra. We've basically fought our way to the edge of the world. You gaze upon a constellation of green stars. A golden path seems to form between the stars. You hear a chorus of guttural growling. Let's go.
So the items you get from the void, if you look at their descriptions, they do say found in the void.
We have
There is
filled
one
there's
tile.
one tile.
There is one tile left, and now it's full.
Incredible.
You sent your friend a single turn of your fisting martial artist, printing your damage numbers. It literally went 10 pages. Amazing. It's a shame you can't bind the banner to your back. That would be amazing as well.
Become a rat man, Hatamoto.
Ratamoto Musashi.
Indeed.
One of my more fun builds, Kaji, I went with the Cyclops. And I can't remember what the name of the class was, but I made it a Cyclops Bernacht prestige class. So it's just a big naked Cyclops annihilating everything around him with a big hammer. It was a good time.
It was. It was.
And he gained strength from his nudity. Because that's the entirety point of Bernacht. You gain massive amounts of everything for every armor slot you leave empty. Oda Noburatu? Yes. Summoning my big plant boy, since they're a little tougher. Yeah, the plant snakes are actually dealing with those arbiters pretty well.
Yeah, plant snakes are pretty serious business. Like, they are.
Ooh. It's the... Okay, so I have been here. It's the Yellow Queen.
The Yellow Queen is real scary. Basically, the whole Mind Warrens are scary. Oh, but it has the Kairos Veil in it. That's so funny. I still think your current mask is better, but the Kairos Veil is real funny.
Yeah, I really don't want that. I actually don't think I want to fight the Yellow Queen this time around.
No, I think it's it.
I know what the
She's
Yellow
real
Queen
dangerous.
does.
What, area attack 20 range?
Yep. I mean, on my Necromancer, I did manage to kill her regardless.
You do apply a lot of sickness, if I remember. Or do you just apply Entangle, no sickness?
It's
My
just
Entangle inflicts poison, so I'm actually inflicting a ton of poison.
Not quite good enough.
Oh god. There it is, the Jahara. Oh,
Yeah,
oh
those
no,
things
this
are-
is all awful.
So, I think you want to avoid the expanse of pink stars, because that's a lot of open space for the Colex to fire. Like, the Jawara are objectively terrifying, but at least in these tight corridors, they won't get firing solutions on everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you can see it. You can see one of them just going to town on my poor boys.
You
Thank
do
God
have
your
a very strong
your-
dragon.
your fire dragon is made of sterner stuff.
What is this thing that I summoned? That is my creeper ally.
Your creeper actually does a lot of damage, but it can't move, and it only has one range, so it's kind of a moot point.
We're dealing with this green constellation, alright.
Yep.
What's really going to be a problem is the event of spawning in a relatively open room with a bunch of those goddamn area of effect bastards.
Yep. You may need to, like, if you can figure out a way to manage it, if that happens to you, you'll have to look around and see if you can duck into a corner.
I might actually have to move.
Yeah, you might actually have to use your legs, which is unheard of. Normally the cult just carries you around everywhere.
You see, my summons are not even getting to the critters firing at me. I'm just relying on summoning things close enough that they get a shot off. Oh, even the fire dragon did not like getting hit by them. Yeah, there goes the fire dragon.
You may need to summon some of your grass snakes. Your grass snakes are probably tough enough to handle it.
Yeah, they're already getting into melee.
Your grass snakes are ridiculously good. They're just so good.
We got the toothed sword.
Beloved
Jilf, the
Insulsion.
arcane bestiary. Yo, we can read some of the descriptions of the critters here, I think. A passage of blue stars. Alright. The Malaga. A star beast born from the blood void. A spiraling gore dancer, sometimes called a night serpent in the lands below. And the White Demon, a demon composed of white crystals, born from the astral dark. Forgive you, for you have sinned. What has happened, Jilf? What have you done? What have you done? Confess. Confess unto me, Jilf. Here, have a shout out. Ah, you were isolating with the aliens. I see. We are getting very close to the end, by the way.
You are. You're knocking down on the King of Many Colors gates.
You made Unheart eat a Carolina Reaper spicy bean. Oh, outstanding! I'm proud of you, Jilf. If only sinners could sin quite the way you do. Every tile is occupied. Except for the one with where the last enemy was. Isn't that glorious?
That's what you want to see as a summoner. That's exactly what you want to see.
He is not in the best state right now. Might need the local cleric. I should go over there right this instant. And force upon him something. I cannot make him spin the bean wheel again, unfortunately. I will hydrate him, though. There we go. Jilf, you can tell him that you called me for a hydromancy. To assist him in his time of suffering. Oh, those gore boys are putting up a fight. Maybe I'll summon another snake.
They're slippery bastards, because they hit once and then teleport away.
Well, they're not really teleporting, they're kind of just standing there. I accidentally leveled up strength again, whoops. I'll just have to do with the extra 25 hit points. It's okay. My boys are dying and they're getting replaced by weeds. See? I could save this level up to get that double dragon thing you were mentioning.
Yeah, if you enter the last floor with the King of Many Colors, summoning a second dragon might be a good idea.
Sour cream can make spicy food more manageable. I have never tried the sour cream method.
For me, it's usually milk.
Yeah. Then again, I also don't tend to go for things that are super duper spicy. I've had ghost pepper before. Though I do find when things get too spicy, you stop being able to actually appreciate the taste. And at that point, I just kind of cut off and go, nah, backtrack a little bit.
For me, it was the cafeteria food being spicy at university and essentially slowly learning to get used to it.
Are you telling me that cafeteria food was... I've never heard of spicy cafeteria food before. I always thought that all cafeteria food the world over was bland.
By the way, because these fights are starting to go longer, I'm starting to accumulate ridiculous stacks of poise. 300 plus poise. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a substantial chunk of change. That's a lot of armor and block.
Alright, Constellation of Green Stars, Expanse of Pink, and the Expanse of Pink.
So
Now, these
Expanse
guys...
of pink is what it says on the tin. There's a lot of open space.
But these critters that we're up against don't really take advantage of it all that much.
They sure don't.
So it might actually be in my benefit to go into the Expanse of Pink Stars, since we're not dealing with the snipers.
Right, right.
Let's do it. Let's take a look at the Expanse of Pink. Yeah, that's an Expanse of Pink, alright. I do like the open areas when it allows my cultists to start focus firing people.
Right.
Who has the firing line now, huh?
Yep. It's my firing line now.
Ah, look at all those Jade soldiers slowly waddling towards the enemy.
I will say they look rather ungainly and ugly.
They do, but I like them anyways. I think they're charming.
They're very potent. When they get there.
I respect the pointed stick.
Yes. Maybe a little closer to these imps than I'm comfortable with.
The funny thing is, you're still not within 2 tiles, so your second prayer wouldn't have done anything.
Correct. And my cult actually annihilated those imps.
Your cult is better. Your cult is better than their cult. That's all. You have the better cultists.
And a lot more of them.
Quantity has its own quality. You love sweet food, and like most savory foods, but ultimately depend on the ingredients. Yeah. I like crunchy. There's not a lot of creamy foods that I'm a fan of. And I have been chided for the things that I do to sausages in the oven. Look at all these boys.
You actually started within 2 tiles of an imp, so you could pray the Utukalu if only for novelty's sake.
I have smote him. And replaced him with a, with one of the vines.
Yep.
Now the great thing is that by doing Lo Musa, I instantly refill my Utukalu. So you can do some real damage with that. Yes, it will all burn and be entangled, and returned to the earth. The Mirage Shield. Alright. It's time for the King of Many Colors, and oh god, he's
Oh,
got a
no.
Jahara, a white demon, and a red demon. I think we're done.
That is a rough roll for enemies to fight with the King of Many Colors.
You gaze upon the astrolith. The light seems to freeze into strange emerging shapes. The stars here seem to produce smoke. You feel it burning your skin. A terrible blankness seems to crush this space. You can smell the reek of sulfur. And the red cracks in the dark. A lone figure stands up atop the astrolith, except for all of the other figures that are also around him.
Literally, the final boss summons a whole bunch of allies the moment you meet him.
Alright, well, at least I'm in a safe space.
Yep, you
And
are.
you have an extra dragon in your pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, if things ever get really dangerous, you can always summon another dragon.
Done.
Now, it is only for the one floor, but it's still a nice
I mean, this
trait
is
to
the
have.
only floor that matters. Wow. My entire cult
Machine
wiped
gun.
out in one turn.
The Waras are so brutal for the cult. I think you just keep praying the Lo Musa and hope you get enough snakes.
I think I'm actually going to save them for if something starts getting close and in my face. Because remember, every time I sit still, I summon a bunch of other stuff.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
And if something does happen to get right in my face, I can always Utukalu and then summon a boy, and then Utukalu again.
So you are eventually killing the enemy because of Ninhurst.
Yeah, every time
Ninhurst
they
isn't-
attack me, they get entangled and poisoned.
Right, so as long as they keep attacking your minions and not attacking you, you'll eventually grind them down with all of the poison. But
Yes.
this is like the Battle of the Psalm.
Yeah.
The
This.
fact that you're not dying means you're eventually going to win.
Oh look, I'm already filling the map. I just realized we didn't even see the King of Many Colors. He just died at some point.
You're not done yet. This is not the only floor.
Oh yeah. We have more opportunities to instantly lose due to a bad spawn.
And you got a really good spawn again.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I will summon a Lo Musa here because it'll immediately pop into their face. This boy can hit me, I think.
I think
No,
the
he
red
didn't.
demons only have a range of 2 rather than 20. I think they have a much lower range.
We seem to be doing good here. Also, the entire map is divine grass. You'll happily eat dark chocolate, even if... Yeah, I love dark chocolate. Have you ever had ruby cocoa? I quite like that.
I never have, but I read about it a couple, like 6 or 7 months ago, I think.
Okay, there is one thing here capable of hitting me.
Yeah, that's real dangerous. That is real dangerous.
Well, let's see how much damage he does to me.
Oh, thank goodness for all that poise.
I have taken damage, but I am healing it back. There we go, we're good. So we can take hits from one of them at least.
I think the poise saved you. I think that the robe of ferment saved you.
Oh, I don't regret keeping it.
I think poise is one of the better defensive stats, maybe even the best defensive stats, because it gives you 2 different layers of protection simultaneously.
Oh yeah, I remember it was a poise build that got me through my very first run.
I think repulsion can potentially be better, but it's much worse right out of the gate. You need like a bunch of skills and specific items to make repulsion better, whereas poise is just good automatically.
Oh look, another really good loadout. I don't think I will be able to get 2 more levels to get another dragon.
Probably not, but you never know.
Oh, I just
You
took a
might.
bigger by mistake. Oh well.
It'll probably be.
Oh, there's one more level. I just need one more on top of that.
I can't believe that your Ratmen are conquering the Astroleth.
Skaven invading the void. Oh, here he is! O king, the king of many colors appears, O disciples. And it seems we've got a pretty good spawn location.
Yeah, you do.
This is a rather... This is taking a little while. There we go.
Yeah, it's taking its sweet time.
Now I am going to summon some more snakes. I feel like I need them.
I like that you have a lone Ratman down in the bottom left corner.
No, there he goes.
You had.
He detonated. Alright, I think we're good. Because at this point, just by standing still, I keep summoning things on the other side of the wall. And my boys need not be killy. They just need to get hit, so they entangle and poison everything.
Mm-hmm. The Jawar are starting to die. They're nearly gone.
Okay, that doesn't do anything. Let's just summon another vine snake.
There goes one.
This is an absolute grind fest. But
the other.
Yep, the AoE demons are gone, and it's allowing me to start overcoming. They're being drowned in a tide of weeds and rats. And my dragon and fire cultists are sitting safely with me, looking kind of confused. And something just hit me for a lot of damage.
Well,
Not quite sure what hit me there, but I'm recovering. My 340 stacks of poise are probably helping.
I think that the King of Many Colors summoned a demon on your side of the field, because he can do that. Every game turn he summons a random demon.
It's taking him a little while to die. Which is odd, because he doesn't actually have any real resistances against my stuff. He's just very durable. Yeah, we are struggling to overtake. I am working so hard to click the button.
He cannot heal himself, so I think that eventually it will be yours.
You know what, let's just make my summons tougher. Because I'm constantly spawning new ones, may as well give them the extra hit points.
Yep.
Did that tip it? Because I can't help but notice that my boys are lasting an extra turn, which is letting my numbers go up.
Your Ratmen are trying so hard.
Well, things are dying. Ever so slowly. My poise is reaching a wonderful level. That's probably... It's definitely going to be my highest buff in the stat screen at the end.
Oh, absolutely. Your dragon has not done a damn thing this whole fight.
Look, he's been carrying really hard. Let him have his rest.
I guess at what point, you know, the question is, do you ever make a break for the exit?
I mean, we are slowly killing him.
You are.
And I'm actually leveling up. Theoretically, if this grinds on long enough, I will just out-level him. What was that, Reggie?
The stands there in case is there in case the king spawned in the bottom right corner. He just didn't get the memo.
Yep.
And, you know, the king has spawned a couple of demons in the bottom right. You know, he spawned a green demon there once, so he can do it.
We know he can. There we go. Let's get a vine snake over on the other side there.
And your vine snake just instantly ate a red demon. You know, one bite swallowed it whole.
Outstanding.
Then murdered a gold demon for dessert.
Hold on, I noticed I didn't get a extra charge of La Musma for that when I should have, because it's... Oh no, it's one charge when your glory rises.
Yep.
I did get a rise in glory at some point, because I was at 0 out of 6 for the longest time.
Yep, you gained an extra level, and that gave you another charge of your sprayer.
Outstanding. That's one way of grinding levels. Oh yeah, look, there a green demon just spawned here. And there it goes. Yep. You know, my prayers do boost my boys, so maybe I should start doing my prayers.
I wonder how much entangle the king has.
Oh, well, we very briefly saw him. There he is. He keeps appearing and disappearing. Oh, my Jinn has entered the fray. Maybe that'll speed things up a bit.
I think it will. Your Jinn just did a lot of damage to the king. He's firing rapidly, and the dragon is moving up too.
Oh, the big boys have finally decided. They have deigned to enter the area.
Your dragon finally woke up from his nap.
Okay, there's no way the king is surviving very long. He's got the dragon and the Jinn. Just... There, yeah, look, he's already at half health.
20 entangle pop-ups. I really want to know how much he has.
Like, does the log say? Oh, my poison is hitting him for 355.
Yeah, every time he gets entangled, he takes 355 poison damage. And he gets entangled an awful lot.
It's kind of surprising he's taking so little.
It's because of your Kairos skirt. It's dividing the amount of damage you personally deal by 3. The Kairos skirt is very helpful. It's causing you to summon way more minions, but it also means that your personal damage is a lot lower.
By the way, look at the 3 rats fighting green demons in the corner.
They are working their
They're
hardest.
working very hard. Now the king's almost dead. Oh, am I actually going to get a look at him? Nope. Every turn that rolls is a long one.
You'll know that you've won when you get like 2 or 3 level ups.
There it is.
I think you won.
Yep. There we go. The king of many colors is dead.
Now there are just a few more of his summons.
I am the superior summoning build.
He does one demon every once in a while. He's not that much of a summoner.
Well,
All right.
Congratulations. That was a really, really interesting build. I'm glad you made it through.
Victory! Praise Neener! You entered the 6th cycle of annihilation. You won 110 glory. O pilgrim, pride of Nina, of the cosmic struggle of the receding waters, of legendary heat, master of the emerald way, thy spirit inflamed. Deep was the suffering of night, glorious Achra.
Let's take a look at the stats.
Highest damage was 3,335 poison, which is not that impressive. I stood still 624 times. Highest applied effect, almost 1,400 poise.
Yeah.
Summoned 3,500 allies. The king is dead. Long live the king. Yes.
Well, congratulations. I have to run to take care of some chores, but I'm glad you were able to have me on. It was a pleasure.
Outstanding. Thanks for coming. I think we have time for one more run before I gotta head out a little early. So there we go. As you see, I have one with a Cull. I have one with the Cyclops. Yeah, a Citran was my. It was the. Yeah, I guess it was the warrior that I won with. So I have one with the priest, one with the Nartaka. I have one with it was a Cyclops Reaver of Humbaba. We've one with Ikshana. So, is there anything you guys want to see me play?
I would love to see you do a teleport run. So the classes and gods that, on standstill teleport, for example.
Alright, so I have to play a Coomer. On teleport, per empty body slot, deal 100 astral damage in a path to one enemy in a 3-tile range. On standstill, if enemies alive, teleport to a random tile and apply 5 stasis. Prevents teleportation. I see. Alright. Plus 1 stack of any meditate applied to you on standstill. Apply 4 meditate. I don't know if that's a good one. 20% chance to deal 200% physical damage per point of dexterity. A sorcerer! No, I don't think that'll do. Apply Gust. Gust repeat per stack, 50 plus dexterity / damage in a path of 1. A Warlock. On prayer or allied death, apply 3 inflame to yourself. Deal 100 damage to the closest enemy. On entrance, grant 3 charges to each known prayer. The Zealot. Maybe. It doesn't look like... Oh, wait, hold on. We can just do... Alright, so these are the teleports. This search function is actually pretty nice.
It's brilliant.
So there's no class that'll directly help me out here. This... Fadia, the god of chaos and disembodiment, scorned father of the gruesome Umbralis, rewards constant teleportation. On game turn, if enemies live, teleport and apply stasis to yourself. On standstill, remove stasis from yourself. On self, any unit teleport, deal random damage. Alright, so we'll do Fadia. And we just gotta pick a class. I mean, we could do another standstill poise build, and I'll just be teleporting around while I do it. An Unattack. On standstill, remove a random externally applied effect from yourself. Perform an extra attack against an adjacent enemy. Repeat these actions for each bare fist. Mubarizun. What does this do? On step block dodge. Perform an extra attack against an adjacent enemy. On attack, if single-handed, perform a 10 damage hit against an adjacent enemy. Gala. On standstill, prayer if enemies live, per empty armor slot, heal yourself and allies. On game turn, if enemies live, summon a war priest familiar. I think a Gala will work here. A holy reveler.
Alright.
Myrmidon. Yeah, because per empty armor slot. Okay, I think I know what we're going to do here.
Okay.
And we're going to be taking Baynoct again. Entered the night desiring life, thus desired asked for night desires night. and a face was formed of burning stars, and cyclones wretched the cringing hills, and every path became his hand. Phenomenology of the King fragment. Alright. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of dexterity to start with. And we're immediately going to take Beth Noct. Since our class and our race benefit from empty armor slots, so we're gonna have more empty armor slots. And then I've just got to figure out what else I want. We could immediately start with the Star Cult. Summon a number of Star Priests.
Star Priests.
Oh wait, isn't there... Master Teleport. On prayer, teleport to a random tile. On self, any unit, teleport. Apply meditate to yourself.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Astro Hunting, teleport to the closest enemy. Apply 5 stasis, deal lightning damage to adjacent units. Repeat with astral damage. Damage is 100 per level.
Now, you already have a teleport skill, so which one goes off first?
I don't
you get
know.
Stasis from both.
Welcome to one of the few points of clarity in the game.
Teleport yourself to the attacker. Attacker applies 5 stasis to itself. Apply poise to yourself. Asimalak. +1 attack range. Psychokinesis. Shimmer Gang. On entrance teleportation, summon another of Oh, yes, yes, yes. There we go. Oh, the game struggled there. I clicked to end the turn and it just didn't know what to do. Runa, welcome aboard. How are you doing? Here, have a shout out.
I'm no ordinary goblin!
This game is in fact not ancient. It's fairly new, actually. So, a little bit of extra willpower would not be bad, but I also want a little bit of extra strength. You just missed me win a game as a summoner / liturgist. What you do is you pick your race, your class, and your god, and then you have access to all the skills in the game, and you can pick from up to 3 different elements. So now I'm playing a teleport-themed class. And every time I teleport, I summon friends, and I also occasionally summon war priests. So this is going to be a journey. Yeah, let's get a little bit more dexterity, I think. I've got 5 points to spend. Innervation. Allies become immune to damage dealt by you. And they get a bunch of stuff. Master Teleport. Astro Hunting. Astrocism. On being dealt damage by an enemy, apply poise to myself. Maybe. On player, if unencumbered and flexible, perform all standstill actions. Oh. I might want that.
How often are you going to be praying? Now, the on standstill per skill level hit something in a 4-tile range. Great.
Yep.
But the on prayer part is like, it could be good. Obviously, it combos with itself.
Also, what kind of prestige classes could I go for? I've already won with the Bernacht. So I probably don't want to go Bernacht again, even though it is very good.
I'll type in teleport, see what pops up.
Let's see. Astral Psychic. The Psychonaut. +3 stacks of repulsion applied by teleport. Or on teleport, apply 7 repulsion to yourself.
Which would be
+3, so 10. On dealing psychic damage, teleport to a random tile. On dealing astral damage, remove stasis from yourself. Okay. A star jumper. On step, teleport to the closest enemy. On teleport, deal astral damage to all enemies in 3 tiles. Damage is dex times willpower. Stasis no longer prevents you from teleporting. That could be wild.
Well.
Or, the Arborus. On standstill, apply 6 tree form to yourself. When applied, this effect replaces and inherits the stacks of any current transformation. On game turn, per stack of tree form, summon a wisp. Wisps are levitating orbs of cosmic energy, prone to constant teleportation. So I could become
What's that, tree horror?
I can become a star oak, basically.
Yeah, that thing.
I think we should go for Astro Jumper, or Star Jumper.
I really like stasis no longer prevents you from teleporting.
That'll be maximum teleportation. Alright, well, let's grab Master Teleport then.
Figuring out how to make teleport work is a big step in this game, and I don't really want to interrupt you.
I don't know how it works. I haven't done this yet, so this is great stuff.
It's a rite of passage.
The Braces of Command, a pair of golden wrist guards, once adorned the War King of the Lost Shuparak. Plus 100 hit to summoned allies. That would be fantastic if I wasn't a Beithnacht. I'm wondering if I made a mistake taking Beithnacht. Oh well. There, I had my reasons. Oh, is there another skill I could pick up? Innervation? I don't know, maybe. What did I need for this? Astro Stoicism, Astro Hunting, Master Teleport, and Shimmer Gang. Well, I've got the Shimmer Gang. Summoned Mount on entrance 3, Summoned Mount on teleport. Ooh, I should level this thing up at least once so I double the amount of boys I teleport. Ooh, I nearly got annihilated by a single teleport. That tells me I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's see, teleport self and all allies to random tiles, apply 5 stasis. I see. I might have to invest in Beithnacht some more just for the extra defenses. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in big trouble. Yeah, at least one more so I can double my effective protection. Taking that damage there really scared me. So if I pray, I don't actually teleport here. I see. What kind of wizard game is this? Scientific, welcome aboard. How are you doing? This is a bite-sized roguelike. I've already won once. You can win it in about an hour to an hour and a half. You've got a large variety of races, classes, and gods to choose from in any combination to create the kind of gist or flavor of what you're doing. You have access to all of the skills in the game, though you can only pick elements from 3 different trees. And depending on what you pick there, you can prestige class for additional effects. Currently, I am playing a weird naked teleporting man. And every time I stand still, I teleport. And I also summon teleport ghosts that will assist me in the murder of things that need dying. I'm moving incredibly fast by standing still. If found a warhammer. Found the golden pants, which I'm not wearing because I've dedicated myself to nudity. Dare I enter the green tower? The green tower will probably annihilate me. Ooh, I could get... a teleport weapon. Do not wear the pants. Correct. On prayer, stand still, apply bleed to everyone. Alright, yeah, let's go into the green tower. Let's see how badly I die. Wow, that tiny little worm cut a third of my health off. That is not a good sign. I need one more point to level up my gang.
You might want something defensive soonish.
Do not teleport into the dragon. That strikes me as a very bad idea. Well, I could put more into Bith Noct for armor. I could take guard for additional block. And we do have a shield. A psychic staff. I could equip... Oh, I need a little bit more strength to deal with the items I have. Interesting. That is something I'm gonna have to make sure I do. Apply poise to yourself. Teleport attacker. You know what? Let's get the astral stoicism. There we go. Get a little bit of poise build up. Wizara. Recite the Wizara. Teleport all enemies to random tiles. Apply 5 stasis to itself. I see. Oh, it's just a dragon. Oh! Whoops, I left without killing the dragon. I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to stand still. A little bit of extra strength. Alright, let's see. +1 charge when you enter an area. +1 charge when you stand still adjacent to an enemy. That'll take a while to charge up, due to the nature of what I do. So yeah, you can flee from a floor. Though, of course, you'd prefer to kill everything to get that sweet, sweet XP. There we go. Let's level up the Astral Gang. That's going to double the number of boys I have with me. The Hamedrake hisses. Vile seepage. All-consuming. Oh, I have found the Transil Chakram. Look at all my Void Boys, aren't they great? I have no control over where I'm teleporting to, by the way. Oh, I have a ranged attack. I'm not quite sure what... Yeah, okay, there we go. I can throw my Pilum. Teleport, summon fresh boys. Oop. I better teleport and summon more boys to get my fighting done for me. So this Hamedrake took a little while to go down. relatively even level ups. Per standstill, apply 10 sickness to one enemy in a 3-tile range. On ally attacking an enemy, you deal fire and poison damage to the target. On entrance, summon a number of oozes. Ooh. Summoning seems very strong. It's decently strong, though there are enemies tailor-made to just completely wreck you if you're relying on summons.
I'll sell you a tip. The guys that ride dogs, the dog riders, are really dangerous for you, surprisingly.
I have been warned of the dog riders many times at this point. Because of those free attacks that they get.
Yeah, you teleport next to them. An effect of yours says, kill a random enemy somewhere else. And then they just get a free stab at you.
Well, none of these resist astral. 50% of the damage is dealt again as astral damage. Astral Blade might be nice, though. That is 7 encumbrance. That is a lot of encumbrance. The Edlight, a lance-wielding servant of Thunder Priests. Storm Knight, exiled warrior of the Storm Temple. I'm just gonna go for the larger number of items. I'll throw some pilums at this boy. If I'm gonna bother having that staff, I may as well use it. Do I want any more willpower? Right now, I don't think so. The ability to dodge and the like is very, very tempting to me. Boys applied 3 times. Skill level. Okay, let's grab that. And then... Oh, Sahasi is available. As is the Paragon, but no. I want the Astral Boy. Ooh, I do not like where I ended up. I'm gonna cast Wizara. There we go. That kind of bunched them all up, which is bad. That was a worrying amount of damage to take. Luckily, I am getting a little bit of healing in. Oh, that was everything. I'm starting to really... I mean, my race and class already benefits from being naked. I keep having to repeat that to myself because I keep seeing things that I would like to have.
The urge to wear clothes.
I definitely want a better weapon and a better shield. So let's grab the chakram over the staff. 2 range. I doubt I'll be attacking too much, but it's something. And I'm beginning to think maybe I should take that martial blocking skill. The Dune Sea. Nope. staff if I don't care, and pants if I don't care. Are any of you vulnerable to astral? You're vulnerable to astral. A denuded exile from the Gate of Death serves a wandering skin priest. My chakram is actually hurting them pretty badly. I did not expect that. Ooh, I've been hit by Doom. I do not care for being hit by that much Doom. Oh, and I finally have access to Yemu Auto. Teleport a random enemy to a tile adjacent to you. That could actually be helpful. +1 charge when you teleport. I am at 18 astral. I need 20. One more level up, and I'll be able to become a star jumper. So everything gets charges. Well, new area, stand still next to an enemy, and when you teleport. Is there a way that I can stand still without having to click on myself? Because if I click on myself, I'm going to... Space? Thank you.
So the main hotkeys are spacebar to stand still, 1, 2, 3 for the prayers, and right click for next move, which is to say, if an enemy looks like he's selected, you will ranged attack him, if you can. Otherwise, you just move towards the exit. And if it's the end of the stage, you also pick up the items first.
I will try to remember that.
It's... the way you use it is 1 to rest, spacebar, prayer, it's literally next to them, and don't want to think about it, right click.
Wait, does projection count towards this? No, it doesn't. I have to level up the Shimmer Gang or Master Teleport. Alright, now I can become an astral jumper. We have gone full teleport. This boy has 90% astral resistance. We are not going to fight him. Likewise, Colex could do very bad things to me. I might have to take the path of cowardice.
There's nothing wrong in not dying.
Yeah, that is a hard truth to come to terms with. Sometimes I get extra teleports in there, and I'm not even sure what's happening anymore. Victory. I fear that I'm going to teleport right in the middle of all of those ogres and just get splattered. Yeah, there comes the splattering. Oh, I teleport on attack now, too. More speed, yeah. More speed is more dodge, more block. Lets me teleport more often per turn. A cheeky chakram throw. Occasionally, those chakra throws do quite good. This has certainly been interesting to me so far. I'm always kind of sitting on the edge of, oh lord, am I gonna die horribly?
That is wise. Teleporting runs have a tendency to suddenly vanish.
Just saw my health disappear for a second. I go, oh no. Oh, excellent. An opportunity to toss chakras at people before I get teleported somewhere else. I'm liking my gang of teleport ghosts. They're funny to me. I'm kind of just holding on to my prayers. I do enough teleporting that I don't ever really need to purposefully teleport. And this will allow me to have the extra lives. Okay, now that I've leveled up, I think I will take guard. It's an extra layer of much-needed defense. Don't really care about any of these. I see my chakra is not doing a whole lot to them, and their 25% astral resistance. Seems to hurt the ogres pretty bad, though. I have not been gaining any poise, and I have a skill that's supposed to be giving me poise.
Which one?
Astrostoicism. On being dealt damage by an enemy, apply poise to yourself.
Well, that's probably good that you haven't been dealt damage by enemies.
I've gotten injured a few times, but yeah, I suppose. Oh, there we go, I got a little bit of poise. I have 42 poise, and I've been cut down to half health. Time to play Where Did I Show Up? There we are. More dexterity, please. More teleportation. Gotta replenish the ranks. Oh, I'm within chakram distance. Every time I teleport, people get the purple. Now, don't teleport me directly beside someone. I don't appreciate that. I have a feeling like this run is going more slowly than I would prefer. I'm teleporting at extremely slow speeds. Need a little bit of strength. No, that's not going to do anything. Enervation might actually be good. Prevent me from doing friendly fire and, more importantly, making my boys hit harder. On standstill, this would give me some inflexibility. Or remove it. Teleport to closest enemy. Deal lightning damage to the unit, repeat with Astral, 100 per skill. Also perform these actions on killing an enemy if you have no armor equipped. Oh, well we definitely need that then.
Absolutely.
Alright, that'll be my next goal. Requires 5 points. Ooh, do not teleport me in the middle of 5 guys, please. Do not appreciate.
Some people like their burgers. I don't.
Gotta make sure I keep teleporting to summon fresh teleport ghosts. I have been inflicted with doom. I do not appreciate that. But doom on being attacked. So as long as I don't get attacked, the doom doesn't hurt me quite as much.
Yes, although conversely, if you do get attacked, you have no chance to resist that attack. It goes through even if you dodge the attack. As you just saw there.
Yes. That's why I kind of want to get some strength for just a minuscule amount of death resistance. And, you know, the extra base armor is nice as well. I have a feeling what's going to happen is I'm going to trudge through this without too much difficulty, and then I will just instantly die.
Yeah, I mean, right now you don't really have an answer to something like a white demon, but all things can come in time. Who knows?
Occasionally I actually use my chakra, and I'm almost surprised when it happens.
Speaking of important speed cutoffs, you're now at 49 speed, and there are some enemies which have 50 speed. So I actually like having 51 rather than 49.
So another dexterity level up will be fine. And we have gotten astro hunting. There we go. That should be a significant increase in our damage capabilities. But remember, doom is eternal. Hey, it's the Star Staff. Okay, this is going to be very important, I think. It's going to definitely be better than my bloody chakra. Let's go. Okay, there we are. We are now at 51 speed. And we are just teleporting around like a madman.
What would you call the star hopper? Star jumper?
A star jumper, correct.
What would a star jumper be in Elysium?
I mean, there are units, the Soul Shatter Horrors and Yog Sothoth. They don't walk, they just teleport constantly.
I was thinking it would be a piece of body armor.
Oh, like an effect for a body armor?
No, just a star jumper.
Oh, an actual jumper.
Yeah.
Let's see, per level, I could get myself an extra... Yeah, I could get quite a bit of extra block out of this. Could also get a little bit of extra armor. I'm gonna get the extra guard. I just want to mitigate some of the incoming damage. And I think block's a good way to do it.
By the way, there is exactly one piece of armor I would wear with your build, and you would probably call me insane for it.
Oh?
The crow helmet.
The crow helmet. I would have to remind myself what the crow helmet actually does.
Oh, that probably means you haven't seen it. It's a very memorable item.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it at least once before.
You are wearing a skirt.
Am I?
Yes.
Oh. Well, let's get rid of that. I didn't even realize.
The last item might be of interest to you.
The Crystal Rod. Resist Astral 30. On dealing astral damage, 25% of the damage is dealt again to one enemy at one less range. That... It's also up against white demons.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem. You gaze upon the jeweled crypt, a forbidden place.
A terrible blankness seems to do something. Seems to
Crush this place, yes. This is very deceptive, because it says the white demon only has a range of 1.
Yeah, I think it's part of its effects, like the shockwave or something, or maybe impact.
Its actual attacks only have one range, but if you click on it, I'm sure it'll tell you all the shenanigans.
Oh, there we go. Shockwave. Adjacent unit. Deal 50 blunt damage in a line. On allied death, perform an extra attack against an adjacent enemy. Performs an extra attack against all other enemies in range. Frost Aura. I think this is the one that's really nasty.
Yeah, that's the one that is the killer, if you will.
I think I'm gonna avoid that. As far as I'm concerned, that is a black mark against this class, because I do not like having to avoid fights. But it has been funny teleporting around like a madman.
Well, a lot of this game is about having to accept things about classes or builds, because otherwise you'd just play the thing you find optimal all the time. You'd always be a paradox mage. And it's not in the spirit of the game at all.
Do I want another point of gourd? Astral Stoicism. I don't think I want another point of Astral Stoicism because it relies on me getting attacked and hurt. I only have one skill slot available and I gotta pick what to do about that.
Surprised you didn't go in for some sort of repulsion.
I'm not sold on repulsion yet. Eventually I'll have to do a repulsion build.
Well, the modifier would be like, I think Master Repulsion or whatever it is. There's a repulsion thing that makes it a defensive stat.
On game turn, if or Divine Intervention, if enemies live, deal psychic damage to all enemies in a 1+ tile range. Summon a number of glinting blades. Damage is equal to number of allies times 5 times skill level. Ranged and summon unit equals skill level. Glinting blades are flying swords conjured from the Mind Warren. Until someone's limited by willpower. Divine Intervention occurs when a deity saves you from death. Interesting. On adjacent attack, if two-handing, no. If bare fist, no. Now, I'm always standing still, so this would actually let me get a whole bunch of repulsion going. Oh, damage to attacker on being attacked. Oh, I see someone volunteering for disintegration. Zap! So yeah, psychokinesis might actually do something. Though I am very tempted by projection. Because that's on standstill, I get to do a thing, and then I will also stand still on prayer if I, for some reason, ever do that, which is unlikely. It's just, perform a hit against one enemy in a 4-tile range. Only 20 damage is kind of pathetic, but it is something.
Well, 20 damage doesn't matter as long as you're getting meditate stacks, right?
That is true. Wait, do I even have something that can give me meditate?
Ideally, wait, you went to the place with the staff, right? That gives you meditate when you stand still?
Oh, that is right.
Yeah, you got the star staff. So you have a continually ramping 20 damage thing that goes up by 30 damage every time you stand still. Already.
That was all one turn. That was an unusual amount of nonsense going on.
What I wanted to say by the end of the previous run was that it would be really interesting if the game let you print out or export the log somehow, just so you can see some things from it. So you just get it as a text file or something.
Alright, I'm grabbing projection as my final skill.
All you need is kill, I suppose.
Though part of me was thinking maybe I should have taken Master Doom. So I still have this shield, which doesn't do a lot. This shield, which does better than my current shield, gives me a little bit of fire and poison resistance. On block, apply corrosion. Which is not the most amazing, but this is better than what I had. I should keep my eye open for fresh shields. What is this one? Physical resistances on adjacent block perform extra attack. I do a little bit of lightning damage, so I'll fight these boys. I might not have enough time to finish this second run, but I'll try.
The game saves every time you clear a day, let's call it, dungeon, you know, proper. You get your items and get out.
I have no idea where my healing is actually coming from. All I know is that I took a hit there, and it was scary.
Some of these knights, maybe these exact knights, ignore 90% of your block and armor. You can look through their abilities.
That's why I was taking big damage. Again, I have been just coasting through this game without reading what most of the things do. I guess I should boost my astral hunting next. I almost clicked on the exit again. Sometimes I just do a lot more teleports than I would normally think. What a cascade that was.
I assume multiple teleports can occur before your turn happens, depending on the conditions.
I imagine it's something to do with getting kills.
Because there are
Sophie!
multiple different teleportations tied to multiple different conditions.
I smell the
and
taint
stasis
of
no longer
evil.
works.
What year is this? This is the year of our Lord 2024, Sophie. What is wrong? Is there...
This game doesn't look that
Unfamiliar.
Is there something about this game, Sophie, that is causing you to have thoughts? Everyone go check out Sophie. Lovely dragon. This is the glorious path of Achra. Ooh, you gaze upon the red tower. You discern the glint of lances. You see wreaths of coiling chitin. You hear a faint chorus of high-pitched laughter. Weird bolts of violet lightning pulse overhead. A dank wind brushes you. There is a sharp reptilian stink. You think you're not supposed to be born yet. This is a fairly new game, Sophie. Just so you know. The nauseous dagger. Oh, there's the bear visage. No, thank you.
Wrong animal.
Wrong animal.
You're looking for the crow visage.
Lots of highly resistant astral boys in here. And oh, great. No matter which way I go, I have big astral resistance to deal with.
Violet demon.
3 out of 5 boys are highly resistant here, versus 100% of them being highly resistant. Violet
Say
demon.
just highly resistant. There's a little bit more at play than just being highly resistant to it.
A sparkling demon born from the chaos that buffets the astral wall, the wind between stars. Yes, Sophie, the dank winds. Yeah, I think I have a better chance at dealing with these boys. Tracking. Exalt on kill. Oh yeah, Sophie, I had a pet fire dragon that was also a plant earlier. Alright, I'm going into the red tower. Ooh, what are these? Astropedes. Interesting. Horrible and interesting. Oh boy, I have made a mistake. Okay. Alright, I lived. Hooray.
That's Achra.
I have no idea what just happened.
This
That's
is the game.
Achra.
Okay, it's still going, by the way. Everything is dead. But, something is occurring. There we go. I'm glad that whatever was happening stopped. Alright, get that astral hunting going. Okay, okay, I don't want to go out there.
But you must.
What if I... Yeah, more. Oh wait, I have no choice. I just randomly teleport constantly. Okay, well, okay, we made it. Barely.
You are now realizing you're on a wild ride and you have no way off.
Yeah, I have no control over what's going on anymore. I'm just... Oh, I just healed off of something. I have no idea what just healed me. Alright, to the next floor. Gonna take you for a ride.
Yeah, I think what's happening is you're proccing stuff on kill, and these guys are summoning a bunch of little astrophytes that you, when you murder, you queue up all of this lightning plus astral stuff that just keeps on proccing.
So, Sophie, I'm playing a race, class, and god that all interchangeably do things when I teleport, and I'm playing a prestige class that removes the cooldown on teleportation, so I am just zipping around, constantly teleporting, and just spawning death and horror wherever I go. Also, I have these really snazzy Astrophyte teleportation ghosts. If I stand still, I teleport. If I move, I teleport. If I attack, I teleport. If I get attacked, I teleport. What is the gameplay? Teleporting and killing. Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing right now. And then occasionally, I just teleport for reasons that I can't explain. It just happens. It just keeps going. And occasionally everything dies. Gonna take you for a ride. I'm just praying that my god keeps me alive. Well, my god rewards those for teleporting. Al-Fadwa. If Al-Fadwa is not pleased with me, Al-Fadwa is not pleased with anyone. I feel like I'm playing an auto-battler at this point. Oh, thank goodness I have that skill that adds in a little bit of lightning damage. It helps out with those astral immune boys. A little bit of extra armor might not be too bad. But I am liking the extra willpower. So I was very happy upon button press. Yes, this is accurate. Look at how purple everything gets when I press button. And everything also dies. So, my primary attacks are purple astral and a little bit of lightning, but occasionally a fart cloud appears, and I don't know what's causing that to happen. The Kelliot emerges from the shadows, O hunted one. That's me. Cookie Clicker just isn't the same, man.
You should see the tree class. You turn into a tree, making your max speed 1. So you get an action, and then 5 game turns later, after some enemies take 50 turns, you get to move again.
Hey, my previous character was a tree. And he was a very fast tree.
It was a plant, not quite a tree.
Did you see the armor? He was armored in bark. He was a tree.
Oh my.
I mean, his bark was worse than his bite.
Yeah,
Look, Nature
Sophie.
Mage is just fast bark skin. It's just
yeah,
worse.
the final battle took like 20 minutes of me just standing there as my plant minions were just running into the meat grinder. Ooh, the Kazaa Whip. On game turn per ally, perform a 25 damage hit against one enemy. Wow, this whip could be really fun with a full summoning build. Per ally.
Only 3 tile range though.
Oh, these
Funnily
guys
enough,
are
it works
astral.
well.
Oh, it's the Yellow Priests. Oh, fruit of the dying mind. A metallic construct given life by a rogue ferromancer of the Tunnel Lands. Okay, I want to know about the ferromancers of the Tunnel Lands. That sounds awesome.
It's just all.
It's just all... Death Knights. Alright, I'm gonna go fight the ferromancers. Very slowly, that golem is disintegrating. Max speed 1 can click more often. Actually, you do not click more often because you're busy waiting for everything else to get all of their moves out of the way. Well, that was an incredibly effective teleportation. And again, one random fart cloud for reasons I can't explain. Yeah, these boys do not appreciate all of the astral damage that I'm doing. I hope you don't mind the repeated sound effects of sizzling.
Well, on Discord we don't hear it.
Excellent. I have no idea why Discord isn't picking that up. Ooh,
It's-
7...
It's not picking it up for Yama either.
That is very odd. I mean, it's definitely picking up on the mainstream. Oh look, it's the Kairos shirt. Or the Kairos skirt. Tempting, but no. I think we're just gonna go to the salt pillars. We're almost there.
The Ferromancers are protecting the salt pillars. What is going on?
Well, the actual Ferromancers themselves are not here, just their golems. And you'd think that an iron golem would not do well in the salt pillars. Took me a second to realize where I was. Maybe I should stop paying attention completely to where I am and just hit the spacebar button every time it looks like something stops happening.
I think you have so little way on your decisions since you teleport when you move as well, I think.
Mm-hmm. I teleport when anything occurs.
Yeah, so you just press spacebar. Enjoy the auto clicker.
Oh, something hurt me there.
Yeah, the wasps. The wasps can interrupt your teleports.
Unpleasant. That did a lot of damage to me.
Yeah, I think if there were 3 more wasps in the level, you would have died.
I do not like that.
Except you can die 3 times for free. Well, not for free, but safely.
Those resurrections don't seem to take you up to full health, though. And
They
I
take
have
you up quarter.
a quarter, I see. It's still pretty easy to get triple murdered. Oh boy. White boys. These guys are lightning vulnerable. And astral immunity. An orchard wretch. Oh, undefeatable pleasure. Oh my, what is he up to? Astral resistant Sebek priest. Yeah, these are all pretty bad, but I'll go to the mountain. Oh good, looks like you were able to come back in time to catch the run. Looks like you've got a teleporting run going. Yes, that is correct. Regin is extremely pleased, if you can't tell.
One of the things I'm really pleased by is you actually made it work first try without much help at all, basically none at all.
Just stack things that say teleport. Unfortunately, I am also running out of time. I've got about 5 minutes before I've got to wrap things up and raid. Also, Yama, as you see, everything's dead. It's long dead, and I'm still sitting here teleporting. Like running on teleportation fumes.
Yama is very familiar with that site.
I suppose I should show off my skill set. Projection, astro hunting, guard. I should take another point of astro hunting. Astro Stoicism, Master Teleport. Maybe I should get more Master Teleport for extra meditation. The Shimmer Gang, of course, and Blythe Noct. Let the teleportation begin.
Oh my.
One day. Game. Come on, game. Let me move on. The Shadow Teleport Glimmer Gang. Yep. The Shimmer Gang. Oh, look! It's the Firebird. Let's not.
You might live through it if you feel like it.
If
Probably
I
a bad
feel
idea
like
either
it.
way. If you feel like going.
No. I think we're doing pretty good, and I don't want something stupid to kill me.
Firebirds have this tendency to make people really not want to touch them ever again.
Like, they're one of the few things in this game that has killed me, and they killed me in a way that I, to this day, do not understand.
No, it's exactly why.
I can grab a level of nothing. I want another Master Teleport. Because clearly I do not have mastery over teleportation yet. Damn, that head was just taking it.
The Mount of Fire are very nasty enemies.
Probably because of that AoE fire effect we just spotted that I luckily was not nearby for.
A number of reasons. Their health, the fact that they upgrade in both health and speed with cycles.
Hey, a Transl Spear. I still haven't found a new shield that's worth a damn. Alright. Let's see if we can get through the obelisk, and then I'll wrap up. You gaze upon the obelisk. You see antlered effigies covered in blue rags. You see trails of quivering fungus. You hear giant footsteps and the dull ringing of metal. There are lustrous banners bearing a golden sigil. Here stands the god at the end of the world. Let's go. I almost have a level up for that extra point of Master Teleport. There we go.
One thing I'm noticing is you are killing your own Shimmer Gang, which is triggering more of your own kill effects.
Interesting. I mean, I've also kind of graduated beyond the point where I need the Shimmer Gang all that much, so...
Yes, now they are most useful to you as trigger fodder.
It is amazing to me that anyone in this dungeon can fathom what's going on. It's just electric death comes to the area. And occasionally they maybe catch a glimpse of something that might be what's causing it. Come on. Yeah, more willpower for more damage. I just noticed that this game has an FPS counter in the corner. My model is blocking it, but it's there. You can see if the number of calculations are slowing the game down.
Yeah, you need a modern PC to play such high-octane games. As Sop said, this is a a game from the future. You do not expect to see such a game in 2024.
Yes.
Exactly.
Millions of clicks per turn are required to play this game, and only the finest of processing can handle that. Okay, we're almost at the end, and then I gotta run. I'll take an extra point of dex, why not? I think it's one more floor after this one. Die. Die, you horrible creatures. The horror giant apprehends you, little pilgrim, the end is near. So, 1, horror giant, really cool. 2, I like how the word is apprehended. Stop! You violated the law.
Star jumping is illegal.
Keep going.
If you're not walking, is it still jaywalking?
The horror giant, correct.
J running.
He's trying to apprehend me. It turns out it's very difficult to catch someone who teleports constantly. Without rhyme or reason. This is quite the battle. He's getting chunked down slowly. So seems
just
like the kind of person you could take to a candy store and who would get so excited over the funny zombie brain candy. Yes. Though for me it would be the rock candy. I love me some rock candy. And now I kind of want to go get rock candy, but I have somewhere else I need to be. So, we're going to look for someone to raid. And I don't know if we'll come back to see the very end of this. I think you have all gotten the gist of where this run is going. I should be able to just, yeah, save and quit. Let's see who is around for us to raid. Eason is doing Metal Gear Solid. Runa is doing some Elden Ring. Yeah, I feel like dropping in on Runa. Runa was here earlier. Hope y'all had a good time. Yama, Varomnus, Regin, thank you for stopping by for the chat.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Start the raid. What shall our raid message be? Because I think we have some options.
Shimmer Gang has a nice raid.
Oh, yeah, wait, what was it? Yeah, Shadow Teleport Shimmer Gang.
That's the one.
There we go. That'll be all from me for tonight. Until next time, take care.